Hey friends, it's me, Carrie, and I know the lighting is super wonky on this video. Right now you're looking at me in the pitch black darkness just about, but I'm going to try to play around with the lighting on actual YouTube once I get this video posted. But I have just been watching so many people make heartfelt pleas, not only for their own channels as I have been doing, but for all small YouTubers. I'm sure that you have all heard this ad nauseam, certainly from me if you've been watching this channel for the past week or so, probably all over YouTube, probably all over all types of social media. But the fact of the matter is, starting February 20th, every single YouTube channel with fewer than 1,000 subscribers will be demonetized, and if they're not yet monetized, they will become instantly ineligible for monetization. To give in a layman's terms, definition, monetization simply means that all these little ads that show up in people's videos that will be there regardless, whether we get paid as YouTube creators or not, they'll remain in our videos. But right now, by being monetized, it means we make a couple pennies each time an ad airs. In 1 year and 8 months of having this channel, I have made a grand total of roughly $200. So this is not supporting my lifestyle. It is not by any means making me wealthy. It is, however, the only income I'm earning aside from a very small income from an independent business that I started on Facebook back in November called Persevering Pretties, where I sell my handmade beaded bracelets. You can imagine that's not exactly rolling in the dough gangbusters either. But you know what? For someone who's suffered from lifelong depression and anxiety and has not been able to maintain work outside the home in over 10 years, it's like life affirming to make those little pennies, because it makes me feel like I'm not so worthless and like my channel is actually reaching people, moving people, bringing people joy, giving them entertainment, giving them something that makes them laugh or cry or think or view the world differently. And that's what YouTube is all about for me. As you know, if you're not new here, this channel is very diverse. I cover a wide range of topics. If you are a first-timer checking me out, a brief summary of PerseveringStar. It's a nickname I gave myself, I want to say, about 5 or 6 years ago on YouTube. I was trying to come up with a fun handle that was not just simply my name, Carrie Murphy, and I came up with PerseveringStar. The story behind the star part, it's not so much like a twinkling star in the sky, although I aspire to be one day. And I don't mean in terms of being a celebrity. I just mean like a star in my own life of having good self-esteem, feeling proud of myself, being able to look in the mirror and not hate my reflection, which is something as a lifelong sufferer of depression and anxiety, as well as being incredibly introverted, is not an easy task. It doesn't happen very often. Star actually comes from Save the Manatee Club. I adore manatees, and many, many years ago, I symbolically adopted my first manatee from the Save the Manatee Club, and her name happened to be Star because she had a star-shaped scar on her back from a boat injury. And tragically, within the year of my adoption, Star passed away. So to this day, the name Star and the word star has held deep meaning for me because of that beloved manatee, that precious, innocent creature with no natural enemies other than man, that passed away far too young and under tragic circumstances. The word star has been meaningful, and obviously the word persevering. I couldn't think of a much better word to describe someone who is learning to love herself, learning to at least like herself, who is determined to not give up on things that she believes in, because I've been so easily likely to do that in the past because I've not thought much of myself. I'm finally starting to learn to love who I am. So PerseveringStar is a nickname. PerseveringStar is a lifestyle for me. It's an aspiration. This channel covers everything from lip balm reviews to Dollar Tree hauls, Target hauls, toy collections, unboxings, subscription boxes, fun things I find at the thrift store, the books that I'm reading, the food that I'm eating, very in-depth discussions on my struggles with depression and anxiety, social issues, issues that happen in the entertainment world that impact me. One, for example, I can think of was the tragic loss of Carrie Fisher, who was one of my biggest role models. I share very personal information about the deaths that I have suffered in my life, including my brother to alcoholism at the age of 36, and my father to heart failure and a collapsed lung and a pacemaker and a trach tube in his neck at the age of 53. I don't really hold a whole lot back. Whatever you guys want to hear about, I will be happy to share with you, and I am happy to share with you. So this isn't an easy channel to define. It's a little bit of everything, but all of it is completely honest, sincere, heartfelt, very difficult to share at times, but worth it because I spent most of my life on this planet keeping everything bottled up inside because of shame, because of stigma, because I didn't think I was valuable as a human being, and now I do. And I think this channel is valuable. I think all of your channels are valuable. To all of my brothers and sisters out there who are struggling right now with trying to reach this impossible, seemingly impossible goal of 1,000 subscribers in the month they gave us to do it, thanks YouTube. It seems an insurmountable task, but thanks to the kindness, the generosity, the support of my YouTube friends and family, my offline friends and family. I mean, my friends and family, let's just say, regardless of how we met or under which circumstances, if I've seen you in person in real life, if I've never seen you in person in real life, a friend is a friend is a friend. I've had some friends go out of their way to mention my channel and videos, to shout me out on Instagram, on Twitter. My dear friend Janet Beetlebabe, who is approaching 3,000 subs, really close to that. Please, please, please check out her channel and subscribe. I adore Jen. She's very much like me in that she's brutally honest, but in the most beautiful way. She actually painted a gorgeous watercolor picture and posted that along with a plea for people to subscribe my channel on Instagram, and it was one of the warmest, most beautiful gestures anyone has ever made on my behalf in my entire life. So I want to pay it forward, you guys. I am telling you point blank, if you have 1,000 subscribers or less and you are trying to grow your channel, please feel free. I don't generally say this. Please feel free. They've pushed us into a corner. Post your link in the drop box below. I will sub for sub with you with no hesitation. Now, granted, I may not watch your channel all the time if we happen to have a very diverse style or the topics that we cover are not similar, but I will click subscribe to anyone who asks for it that has 1,000 subscribers or less and subscribes me back. At this point, YouTube has made me that desperate. But the fact of the matter is, regardless of what subject matter your channel handles, even if it's not particularly my taste, I want to help you. I want you to help me. Sub for sub, kindness for kindness sake, pay it forward, karma, whatever you want to call it. I want to see every single small YouTuber succeed, because I know that with the heart and the soul and the dedication I put into this channel, even with this crappy phone, even with this hideous lighting situation, this channel has become my passion. It's become an outlet for my self-expression. It's sometimes the only friend I have to turn to when I'm dealing with emotional struggles, when I'm battling the black dog of depression, the bell jar, whatever you choose to call it. And I know a lot of you guys that are finding this channel, you may initially sub because you love lip smackers. And dude, I love lip smackers. I love Bath and Body Works. I love the Dollar Tree. I love toys. I love hauling. I love thrifting. I love all that fun stuff. I love to read books. I love to eat. But you know what? The most important videos, the ones that seem to impact people the most, tend to be the ones where I'm honest about my struggles with mental illness. And that's something that I couldn't talk about for the longest time. I didn't want anyone to know it was my dirty little secret. It shouldn't be, you guys. We should be out and proud if we are struggling with such issues. If your issue is substance abuse, if you are self-harming, if you are dealing with eating disorders, any type of what people would possibly consider a psychological illness, a brain illness, whether it's like me, depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, it doesn't matter to me. I love you. I'm here to support you. I want you to know you have a safe space here where you can post whatever comments you like. I will answer any questions that you have for me about my situation, or If you just want advice on ways that I cope with my struggles, I'm happy, happy, happy to help. Always, always, always. And that extends beyond just this channel. I also have links in the Dropbox for my Facebook channel that is related to this one, PerseveringStar, my Instagram, my Twitter. You are more than welcome to sub me there, to follow me there, to like my Facebook page. Reach out to me privately. Reach out to me on my wall. I try to acknowledge each and every person that ever reaches out to me in whichever way that they can, because I know sometimes it's not easy to say things publicly. But I'm happy to listen. I'm happy to help in whatever way I can. So this is, yes, this is a sub for sub video. I'm asking you, I'm begging you for your help. I am at roughly 820 subscribers right now, I believe. I have less than a month. I have roughly 3 weeks to get to 1,000, or that's it. The money train stops. And the money train, like I said, it's more like a miniature Thomas the Tank Engine train. We're not talking about like a bullet train or a full-size train. I live 3 blocks from the Long Island Railroad. We're not talking about like an actual train. We're talking about the tiniest little toy train of money. It's literal pennies. But it's about so much more than that. It's about fighting against the injustice. It's fighting against the unfair condemnation of our channels, the invalidation that YouTube is trying to make us feel for our hard work and our dedication. I will not let this stand. I will not go quietly into that good night, and neither should you. Let's stick together, guys. Let's help each other out. You may post links to your channel if you have below 1,000 subs. I would really appreciate it right now if you would limit posting links to channels that are below 1,000 subs, simply because time is of the essence. I'm not saying I won't follow other people that have more than 1,000, but right now we're the ones that really, really need to help each other out. Post links to your channel. Feel free to post links to family members' channels. All I ask is that the people that I sub me back. Like I said, you know, I live my life by karma. I truly do believe what goes around comes around. Sometimes it just takes a while. And right now we don't have a while. We have a very, very, very small window to help each other. Because yes, granted, if I don't make the 1,000 subs before February 20th and I lose my monetization, which would really suck because that would mean any money I've earned up until then, it's very complicated how this all works. I don't even know all the logistics of it myself. I know that if you don't reach $100 in revenue, you will not be paid. So literally on February 20th, if I am at $99.99, that's too bad, so sad, I get nothing. YouTube will pay me not a dime, but they will certainly take the ad revenue that they got for the ads that were placed in my videos. I don't want that to happen to me. I don't want that to happen to you. And then if you reach the 1,000 subscribers after that point, you then have to go through a new 30-day waiting period, which I'm sure will probably be a lot longer than 30 days because they'll have so many channels to re-monetize, and then they'll come up with some excuse for why, you know, there's just such a backlog of you know, channels that have just reached the threshold that it's going to take a little longer than 30 days, and who knows how long it'll be before we get to start earning money again. And as I said, the clock will be reset. You'll be back down to zero, so whatever I've earned, whatever you've earned will be out the window and in essence in YouTube's pocket. I don't think that's fair. I don't think most of you would think that's fair either. So again, post your links in the Dropbox. I am more than happy to sub you. I just ask that you sub me back. Again, you can share channels of friends and family members. I'm perfectly happy with that. I have recently shot some videos where I've done some shout outs to some of my dear friends that have smaller YouTube channels that I would love for you to support. Just a few I can mention by name, and you can certainly type their names in the search bar. But again, I will mention Beetle Babe, even though she's over 1,000 subs, because Jen is one of my best friends, and she's trying really hard to reach a milestone of 3,000 subs, and she absolutely deserves it. Even if she, you know, wasn't doing all that she is, bending over backwards to try to get new subs for me, she would deserve it because she's an incredible human being. But people with channels below 1,000, off the top of my head, I have a dear friend, Weirdette, Weirdette. She's fabulous. Please subscribe her channel. I have another friend, Lainey K, Lani, separate word, Kae. She's fantastic. Please sub her as well. as I shoot more of these videos and I check what people's numbers are, I will certainly be sharing more smaller channels. Oh gosh, Ali Corruption is another dear friend of mine. ALIKORRUPTION. All of these girls were in my shout out video the other day, but I'm mentioning their names again because they're fabulous human beings. Their channels are real and heartfelt and honest and true, and everything I look for in a YouTube channel to subscribe to, and everything I aspire for this channel to be. I'm going to end this now. I really, really appreciate you taking the time to watch. If you're watching it right now while I'm in the pitch black, I promise I'm going to be in the process of editing, and once YouTube makes the edits, it will be brighter. You will be able to see my face. I know right now I'm just like a crazy silhouette, but if like me, you're a fan of MST3K, you may be like, hey, cool, she looks kind of like Mike Nelson or Tom Servo or Croty Robot. If you don't watch those shows, you should, because they're really hilarious. And when I'm suffering some of my deepest, darkest depression moments, I can just turn on one of those and it just helps me escape. It's just a wonderful outlet for making me feel better. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Each and every person that clicks that subscribe button, all you have to do is tell me in the comments below, I'm a small YouTuber too, please sub me back, give me a link to your channel, and I will absolutely be on that in a flash. I love you guys so much. To my long-term subs who have stuck with me through thick and thin, you are so special to me. Each and every one of you I consider a friend. I will never say I have YouTube fans. I don't care if I had 5 billion subscribers. I'm not worthy of fandom. I'm not any better than anybody else on the planet. I'm just a girl doing my thing, and you are all my friends, and I would never ask anything that I wouldn't do for you in return. So please, 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 if you can sub this channel, if you can check out my other social media outlets, share my posts, recommend them to your friends, suggest that your friends sub as well. I've had many people do that already, and gosh, I'm so thankful for that. You are a huge part of the reason why my channel has grown roughly 75 subscribers this week. If we can keep going at that pace, I think we just might make the 1,000 in time. So guys, thank you for all your help. And please know that I believe in you, that I believe what you have to say is worthwhile, that I believe your channels like mine are worth saving, that I don't intend to leave YouTube because, frankly, there isn't another forum out there for people like me right now. If there was, I might seriously be considering it because I think YouTube's giving us all the shaft, but I stay for you guys, not for them. I love you all so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for listening. Thank you for subscribing, and I will be back soon with more stuff. Love you guys. Bye.